and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a tier list video about foods that actually help me lose fat and actually made me gain fat. And if you're Hispanic, we mostly eat what our parents give us, which is essentially just rice and beans. If you're fat right now and you actually want to start losing weight, these are the foods that actually helped me lose 65 pounds of fat in less than 6 months. And in this video, I'm going to show you what foods that I ate that helped me lose fat. So we're going to begin with whey protein. We're going to put this in slightly gained fat. The reason why I'm going to put this in slightly gained fat is because, again, whey protein is only really good for you if you're actually doing weight training. If you're not weightlifting at all, yes, this will be able to keep you full longer. The thing is that if you're not exercising and you're just eating a lot of protein will just turn into fat. It will still help repair your muscles and do everything else. But if protein is not being used for a muscle repairing mode, it will just eventually turn into fat, which means you're going to be gaining fat. And also with whey protein, most of them are really filled with artificial sweeteners, added sugars, and just weird ingredients that you don't really need in your body. Next is going to be Doritos. If you eat this, you're honestly a fucking child. I'm sorry to break it to you. If you're still trying to eat these types of snacks, especially just chips in general, rather than actually the nutrition, these are just targeted to fat people. You pick one of these, you're just labeling yourself as a fat person. There's no nutrient benefit for when eating these. It's all it is just carbs fried with fucking oil. And to make it even better, you literally have sugar and largest amount of saturated fat in these. I'm telling you, when I was young, I used to fucking love these shits. These snacks are very, very easy to overeat. They really hit that dopamine factor of your brain, which makes you want to crave more. These are literally a dynamite. Next is going to be protein shakes. I'm going to put this in maintaining. Reason why is because these are very low in calorie. If you're in a calorie deficit, you need to make sure your protein's high. When your protein is high, you'll be able to feel full longer. Protein shakes don't really help you lose fat. It's more of like a supplement or a to-go meal. Rather than hitting McDonald's, you could actually hit up a grocery store and buy one of these and you will feel a lot better. Next is going to be mangoes. I'm going to put this in slightly losing fat. If you have a sweet tooth, there's a really good alternative to have because they're very high in sweet when they're ripe. They're somewhat to a medium to a high level carb source. They really helped me crush a sugar craving, not giving me that so much of a dopamine spike. And overall, they actually do make me feel fuller longer. I would say these are really good for like once a day type of thing. Rice Krispie treats. I'm going to put this as slightly gaining fat. Reason why is because these are actually kind of low in calorie, which is surprising. They only range to 150 to like 330, I think. All it is just rice. But the thing is, what makes them slightly gain fat is because they're filled with a bunch of artificial sweeteners, added sugars, weird ingredients, and this is highly processed food. You probably heard people say that this is really good for a pre-workout snack and you get a good pump, but overall you get the same effect if you drink a protein shake or eat some fruit. This is a treat. This is something that makes you want to continue eating more because it's highly addicting since it has a very jolting feeling of your dopamines. And they're also very small, so they're very easy to overeat. Next, we're gonna have milk. We're gonna have this in maintenance. Milk is really good if you have like 1 cup a day. They have somewhat a good amount of protein, especially whole milk. The reason why I say it's maintaining, it's another same source as a protein shake. They're a good source of protein. They're very nutrient dense. 1 cup is like 150 calories, which is all you really need because if you're being in a calorie deficit, you have to make sure you're eating the proper calories to make sure you lose fat. And milk is really like an add-on for a thing. If you're like eating something that has like 13 grams of protein, you could add this and it'll make you 20 grams of protein. Stuff like that. It helps you keep you full longer as well. Pan dulce, you're just straight up getting fat. Again, the reason why is because when you go to the Mexican stores and you're always shopping at the pan dulce section, I don't know why, but us Hispanics love to eat this in the very morning, but every time you fucking eat this, you get a lethargic feeling, you feel bloated, you feel brain fogged, you feel tired, I don't know why, and every time I'm always eating these things, I'm always gaining weight the next day. So really, this is just a lose-lose double whammy loss because if you continue eating these, you're gonna just accumulate fat because I'm pretty sure 1 gram of carb, you're holding like 4 grams of water. Really would add up fast because these are just literally just sugar and carbs. If you're eating nothing but sugar, that sugar is just gonna turn into fat. You're just gaining more weight. Cottage cheese, definitely gonna put this in slightly losing fat because this actually is one of a low calorie snacks that you could actually eat and very high in protein. It actually has whey protein into it, which is really nice because this will be able to actually keep you fuller longer and it's low in calories, so you'll be able to eat a lot more than usual and or add it to sides to other meals that you want to incorporate. And this is a really good snack to have as a pre or a post. Bread, yeah, that shit's going straight to the gaining fat. I don't know what it is, but with bread, you go to a normal grocery store. What do you think ingredients are made out of bread? Wouldn't it just be made out of like wheat, flour, and like water? Why the fuck is there so many ingredients when making bread? And every time I'm like consuming this shit, I get so much bloatness. I feel fucking tired. My energy levels just fucking dip. I mean, dip below base level. I don't know what it is, but this shit makes me fucking fat. One slice of bread of my body, my whole system just spasms out, and it just pisses me off so much. I do not like how it is. If you cut that shit out for a week, your life will be so fucking different. Greek yogurt, I'm gonna put this at maintaining. Yeah, it's very low in calorie and somewhat good at high protein, but protein of this isn't really that good quality. I know that it'll keep you fuller for a good amount of time. Ground chicken, definitely gonna be losing fat. I don't care what anyone says. When I started incorporating actually animal protein into my diet, I've actually seen the most fat loss in my journey when eating all this. Ground chicken is one of the best things because not only this is very low in calorie, but very, very high in protein. This is going to be able to keep you full for like almost half a day, and hunger cravings are gone. Energy levels are going to be sustainable. The higher chance of binging on snacks are very low if you incorporate ground chicken to your palate. Turkey breast, again, you're going to be losing fat with this. It's the same concept as ground chicken. Still, it has low calorie, high protein, destroy hunger cravings, keep you fuller for half the day, help your hormones. This is just overall a superfood. Nuts, I'm going to be putting this in maintenance. The reason why I would say this is because one, they're very calorie dense. 28 grams of eating this, it could be like about 200 calories to almost 300 calories, which is a lot because you could definitely overshoot your calories. And if you do continue overeating this, you're going to start having digestion problems, and you could easily overeat these, which makes you gain weight the next day. Chicken breasts, we already know you're going to be losing fat. Reason why is because, again, it's the same concept as both of these two animal proteins. It's very low in calorie and very high in protein. This is a very good high volume food too. You can eat a lot of this and really won't gain any weight from it. So keep you fuller, help your hormones levels, help your energy levels. Very nutrient dense, very good. Ground beef, again, you're gonna be losing fat again. I'm telling you, any red meat, any animal protein, you're gonna just feel fuller longer. And the cool thing about ground beef is that since it has somewhat of fat intake, it helps a lot with hormonal function. It helps increase testosterone. It keeps you fuller longer. Your hunger cravings are gone. Next is going to be an elote. I'm going to put this in slightly gain fat. The reason why I'm going to put that is because this is nothing but just more than empty calories. If you're Hispanic right now, we mostly use elotes para sour cream and cheese and like tahini on it, and we just eat it. That being said, that's just adding more calories to it, empty calories. It's just carbs. Yeah, you'll feel full for like 1 to 2 hours, but if you're adding all that extra calories, cheese, I'm gonna put this in slightly gaining fat. Why? It's because cheese is really good for keeping you fuller longer and helps you with hormone functions since it has really high fat and high protein. But the thing is that it has a large amount of saturated fat too. What I've heard about saturated fat is that this makes you a little bit more puffier. I remember when I was on my diet, I actually incorporated cheese in my palate. Block of cheese are very small and they're very calorie dense. They're so small that you're able to overshoot your calories on this thing and gain a lot of weight from it. Tuna, this is definitely going to be, again, losing fat. I don't care if they like the flavor. Canned or fresh, either or. This is just straight up just protein. Fuck anybody who says that, oh, you're going to have mercury intoxication. When I was in my diet, tuna was one of my best friends to have because it was just so low calorie, and you could definitely eat a large amount of this and not gain weight from it. Again, this is a really good protein source to have. I swear, if you're not adding tuna to your diets, you're really missing out. Because you're able to incorporate this and be able to eat some other stuff that you want to have. Kiwi, definitely going to put slightly losing fat. Kiwi's not bad. Personally, I really only use it for more as a pre-workout snack whenever I need to work out or need to do a little bit of exercising. The thing is that they're very sweet, so they help you crush that sugar craving as well. And they're also very nutrient dense too. So you're able to get many benefits from it. Pork rinds, I'm going to put this in slightly gaining fat because it's sort of the healthy alternative to chips. Granted, pork rinds are literally just protein and fat, but the thing is that the protein quality is sort of ass, and the high fat content does make you feel fuller longer, which is nice. Since they're very small like chips, you could overeat these very easily. And they also make you dehydrated. Lettuce, I'm gonna put this in maintaining. I view lettuce nothing more than just empty calories. It's just lettuce. Yes, it's low in calorie, but the thing is that they're very low in carbs. So you don't get any energy levels from a low carb source. So it would make more sense to like a kiwi or eat mango or eat an apple or eat something else that has a little bit more carbs so you can have some energy throughout the day. Lettuce doesn't provide that. Let me ask you a question. If you had to lose weight, what would you have to pick? Would you rather eat a salad or ground beef for you to last the whole day? I know the answer. And the answer is I personally would pick the ground beef. Now you might be wondering, well, why? Because does it not make you fat? Because it has high calorie. The thing is that if you ate a salad, all you have is carb sources from that. Carbs only are really good if you need quick energy. So they'll last you for about like 1 to 2 hours until you feel hungry again. With ground beef, it has a higher amount of protein and fat, which means energy levels increase, hunger cravings decrease, which is going to last you longer throughout the day, so you don't have to fight or just fumbling on processed food. Next is going to be ribeye. We're definitely going to go to losing fat. The high fat that this one has is really nice because this will be able to keep you fuller for a very long time. And protein intake is pretty high too, so this will help you with your cravings as well. When you eat like these types of meals, your body will literally signal to yourself that you can't eat anymore. You have food where it tells you not to eat anymore, where if you eat a bag of chips, that hormone is fucking suppressed. Every time you eat a bag of chips, that hormone that's telling you to stop eating is fucking suppressed to continue eating more of this, rather than this that's very telling you that, okay, I'm full, I don't need to fucking eat anymore. This is a fucking superpower. This shit is literally programmed you to fucking overeat. So really learn how your body reacts to these types of meals. Peanut butter, I'm gonna put this in slightly gained fat. Why I'm gonna put this in slightly gained fat is really because 1 tablespoon is literally 200 calories, and that's a lot because it's very small and it's very easy to overeat this thing. This is really more as an add-on. So like, let's say if you want to add it with Greek yogurt or add it with cheese or something like that, this is more of a thing to add on because 1 tablespoon is not gonna get you full. Banana, I'm gonna put this at maintaining. This is a really good carb source. It's really good for exercising and overall just health. Though what I've noticed is that you could definitely overeat these. I remember I overate bananas and I just started gaining weight from them, which was really, really bad. I personally would only use them when I'm getting ready for an exercise. Apple, definitely gonna put them slightly lose fat. Fun fact about apples is that if you eat 1 apple, you're able to feel fuller 4 times hunger or some shit like that. They're very low in calorie, and depending on what type of apples you get, they're very filling. They also have a satisfying sugar craving because of the sugar they have. I would start eating apples as a fruit if you want to start losing weight. Green beans, put this at maintenance. Again, it's the same thing with lettuce. I view it as nothing but just empty calories. It's more of a side dish than anything. It's more nothing but just a carb source when you're eating a meal. Protein bars, you're definitely going to be gaining fat. It's not even real food. It's like saying if you want to eat a cake, but you add protein powder and that's a fucking protein powder cake. Do you still consider that shit still healthy? No. Most protein bars are actually filled with a bunch of sugars and artificial sweeteners and just overall just bad food. And they're very small and very high calorie, so you're gonna be gaining weight and you won't feel full or longer. Clementine, you're definitely gonna be on slightly losing fat. They're very low in calorie. It has a decent amount of carb source in them, so you'll be able to have a quick enough energy for any exercises that are coming up for your life. You eat them to a medium level of volume food, which isn't bad, which is nice because if you're in a calorie deficit, you have to make sure that you're eating somewhat in a low calorie. Blueberries, you're definitely going to be losing fat. I don't care what anyone else says, but you could definitely OD on these. You could overeat them. You can eat 2 cartons, 3 cartons, 10 cartons. Blueberries are very hard to overeat. This is a very good high volume food. This is a really good combo to have when you're eating any of these animal proteins. These are very low in calorie and very nutritious as well. So really good. Avocado, I'm definitely going to put this in slightly losing fat. There are times where I've been eating half an avocado or sometimes a full avocado. And the weird thing about this is that I actually don't see myself eating throughout the day. I sometimes eat only 2 meals a day or sometimes even a meal and then a snack to call it a day. Because since it has such a high fat intake, you will feel fuller longer. Your hormones will be better too. And this is a really good meal to have if you want to like increase testosterone too. Broccoli, you're definitely going to be losing fat. It's the same concept as blueberries. They're very, very low in calorie, but you can eat a very, very large amount of volume of this food. You can't really go wrong with broccoli. Strawberries, again, you're going to be losing fat as well. It is the same concept as blueberries and broccoli. These are very low in calorie. You can eat these in very high volumes, which will make you full longer, be able to have a good amount of energy throughout the day. Spinach, you're going to be losing fat. It's another option of low calorie foods, but very high volume. You can eat a large amount of spinach, and this is really good for digestive systems. It's really good in fiber too, so it'll be able to keep you fuller longer. Pineapple, I'm going to put this in slightly losing fat. Why would I say that is because you can't really overeat an pineapple. I mean, you're not going to sit here and be like, let me eat this whole fucking pineapple. You're going to gain weight from that because pineapple is very calorie dense. Definitely eat this as a snack and you won't gain any weight from that. But if you try to eat like a whole fucking pineapple, you will start gaining weight. Next is going to be bell peppers. The reason why I put bell peppers in slightly losing fat is because, again, I know they're very low in calorie and seasoning to your animal proteins. And another good source of vegetables if you really want to have that. Black beans, definitely going to be maintaining. There's nothing wrong with black beans. I know us Hispanics, we kind of eat beans almost every single day, but they're very high in carbs. The thing is that their quality of protein is sort of ass. You're not going to feel fuller throughout the day. And since they're higher in carbs, you're going to be retaining more water. Therefore, you're going to be having more weight on you and not be able to lose fat. Cucumber slash pickles, this is definitely gonna be losing fat. Another great source of low calorie, high volume foods. I'm pretty sure like cucumbers like 95% water. You're pretty much eating water. So like there's really nothing special about this. You could also use them as pickles, so you could add salt, vinegar, stuff like that. And it's a really good alternative for a snack. For watermelon, I'm definitely gonna put this in slightly losing fat. Reason why I would say that is because most of it is made out of water. But the thing is that you could definitely overeat this, and then you'll feel bloated, and it's just not a really good feeling to have. It's not bad because it'd be able to keep you fuller longer. There are better options to eat than just having watermelon. Eggs. You're losing fat. I'm telling you, eggs are really, really, really very nutritionally dense, and they're a really good source of protein, somewhat low calories, and you could also add them to any of these animal proteins that have pretty much double your protein intake in one sitting meal. Sweet potato, you're definitely gonna put slightly gaining fat. The crazy thing is that with this, since they are very lower calories than regular potatoes, if you do eat sweet potato, this is more of a complex carb, so it takes longer to digest. And what I've noticed is that when I eat 2 sweet potatoes a day before, I tend to gain more weight because I guess they're still digesting. I only usually eat this like 1 time a day because sometimes I don't want to have something that's super sweet. But overall, if you want to start losing weight, I really would suggest eating these 2 types of meals. These are definitely going to be worth it for your investment of your body. And if you want to actually make meals out of these types of ingredients, I actually have a program in my below that will teach you there. So put down that fork and go lift some weights, brother, and I'll see you soon.